Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is the Art of Creation Homestead, and out here today we're gonna do our devotional. Okay, our weekly devotional. It's here every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. All right, and in case the angle looks different, I've got a tripod rather than our normal vlogging style handle. So bear with the camera work; it may or may not work. And also, I've got a cackling chicken. So let's just bear with this for a moment, will we? But this week, it's occurred to me that our channel has grown a ton, by the way, and in the past, we'll say, 10 months especially, we've got different people here than was here to start with, if anybody was actually here to start with. Okay, but I wanted to clarify something that many people may not know, why we have chosen the name Art of Creation. And one person in a Facebook group has even said to me that, well, maybe people think your channel is about art because it says Art of Creation. No. I kind of scoffed that one off in my normal way that I might do things, and had some smart alecky responses that I could have said, and I didn't say it because I'm trying not to be that way all the time. But I do want to make sure that people know why we chose this name, Art of Creation. It means a lot to me and to Angela as well, and it was something that I feel God spoke to me, and it is how we operate in this backyard of ours, and is why we do what we do. So let's clarify, shall we? In 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 3, okay, one of my favorite verses in all the Bible. It means a lot to me. It says, His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness through our knowledge of Him who called us by His own glory and goodness. So we're going to say that His divine power, so His, God, divine power, His godly, perfect power, has given us, it's a free gift of grace, by the way, everything. Okay, everything. That's a broad umbrella. It means absolutely everything that you might possibly ever need for life and godliness. So there's two different things. A lot of things we talk when we think about the Bible, we're just talking about living a godly life, correct? But here Peter separates the two: a life in general, and godliness. So he's given us everything we need for life, to me, which means every need, tangible need we might have throughout our daily life to just live and survive, He's given it to us. So everything we need for life and for godliness. So what we need for godliness, we need the Holy Spirit, we need His Word, we need His presence, we need His Word, we need all this stuff, right? We need His divine power for both, for our life and for godliness. So everything we might possibly need for life, God's given us. So for me personally, it's just one of those things where, okay, God's given us everything we need for life. What does that mean? We need food. Okay, we need food and water, correct? We have to have those things for our life. I mean, that's how we were created. So I look at the creation and the creation story, and you look and see that God created everything before He created us. Absolutely everything. He created this whole ecosystem that we live in, the earth, the plant life, the animals, everything. He did all that, and then created man. He took a lot of time thinking about what we needed, thinking about what would sustain us, thinking about the nutrients that we would need, the vitamins and minerals that we would need. And He did all that and created this plant life and the animals and things for us to consume that would be good for us, that would sustain us, that would give us energy, that would give us life, that would give us breath. No, not breath. He gave us breath. Sheesh. But that would give us all these things that we needed. Protein, fiber, vitamin A, vitamin D, with vitamin D in the sun, sheesh. I mean, all this stuff. He thought about us while he was creating this, and then created us. So everything he did here was for our benefit and for his glory, don't get me wrong, but he did all this with us in mind. He's given us everything we need for life. We'll stop there, okay? Everything we need for life. His divine power has given us everything we need for life. And there's this life out here, that's why we do what we do. Because God did this for us, for our benefit. And so if God did this for us, why wouldn't I take part in doing this? So he did all this for us. He did it for our benefit. And so if he did this for us, it means it's something he wants us to take part in, things he wants us to consume, whether it be greens or beans, green beans or shell beans, or tomatoes or fruits, or you know, chicken and eggs, and which my girls don't get slaughtered. they're not, but we do eat their eggs. And if we had space, we'd do meat birds, which we might do that actually sometime here. But he did all this for us, and we want to take part in that. I feel like if we don't take part in that, we're telling God, hey, I appreciate it, but I'm going to depend on somebody else to do this for us. Which, I mean, we can do that. Obviously, it's okay to depend on farmers to do that to an extent, but at the same time, God's plan is for freedom as well, and for independence. And so we want to take part in that freedom and independence the most we possibly can. And so here in a backyard of our half acre, we try to be free and independent as much as possible. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want anybody to feel like if you're not doing this, you're not living God's life, you're not living a godly life. That's not true, okay? That's not true in the slightest. Maybe your situation dictates something differently, and that's okay. That's America. That's what we've done. That's how we've done it. And I'm certainly not going to tell everybody you gotta go be Amish and live and live outside of this society. That's not true either. So that's false. Okay, I don't want you to feel that way. But we do feel like this is something God has done for our life. He's given it to us, and we want to take part in that. And now it's work and it's effort, but you know what? God told Adam, you're gonna have to work for your food. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. It's the life that God has ordained, and it's a life that we want to do our best to live. So not only did he give us everything like food and stuff we needed, but also he's given us a way to fertilize the ground to grow this food, correct? So he's given us chicken manure and cow manure and things like that, but also he's given us dried leaves. Sounds silly? Okay. But after every spring and summer, we have a fall. Okay? And at the end of summer and fall, leaves from trees fall to the ground. And they're dry, and they can break up and break down and then fertilize the ground. So you mean to tell me that after every season of growing, there's a season of fertilization? It's a heck of a design, right? That's part of the art of what he does, is that everything works together in this amazing ecosystem in an artful, artistic manner. How is that possible without an incredible designer who has designed such an amazing thing that everything works together? Everything works together. I mean, even if you were to kill your animals, okay, and then you harvest that blood, dilute it down, and there's nitrogen in that death. So from death you get life, because nitrogen in the ground gives life to plant life, gives energy to plant life. So there's life from death, which is also the mirror image of Jesus, that we have life because he shed his blood and died. So it's more art. It works together. It sings the praises of Jesus and sings the praises of God in the middle of this whole thing. It's an amazing thing that he has done. All for our life, all for our benefit. And it works together for our good and for our freedom and for our independence from what this world has to offer. It's amazing. It's simply amazing. And so if that's not beautiful enough in itself, he gives us beautiful life. Look at this beauty. So not only did he design something beautiful in the design he's given us, but he designed beautiful life. I'm trying to get you a good shot. Those are beans that we like to grow. You don't eat the outsides, you eat what's inside them. So they're shell beans. But God designed that. That's so gloriously beautiful. Who in the world could think of that except God? He's such an amazing, amazing creator, amazing being who loves us so dearly. He's done all this with us in mind. Done all that. All this for our benefit. All this for us to have life and have an abundant life. That's his design, is for abundance for us. Freedom for us. He doesn't want you to have scarcity. He doesn't want you to live in poverty and want and in need. If you ever went out and lived like this, you're never going to want and need. His design is for you to never be in want, to never be in need, to be solely dependent on him, his creation, his word, his spirit, his son Jesus, and that's it. It's all about freedom for you. It's for your benefit, and his glory. It all works together. He did this for you, and then he also sent his son Jesus to die on a cross, shed his innocent blood for your sin, to give you eternal life. He's given us everything we need for life and godliness. His blood, the blood of his son Jesus, purifies us and makes us righteous, makes us holy. We're not that. We can't do that on our own. We have to have Jesus' blood for that. It's everything that we need for life and godliness, and it all works together for our benefit and God's glory. And such a masterful design. There's nothing that we could need outside of what he's created for us and what he's done for us. He created two places for us, by the way. Okay, if you haven't heard me say this before, I may have not said this recently. He's created two places for us, for our benefit. Here, okay, he created for us because creation, everything was done before we got here, right? That's what I said earlier. And so then he created us to be here. And then he told his disciples, if I go to prepare a place for you. Jesus told his disciples, if I'm gone, I'm going to prepare a place for you. What does that mean? He has a home in eternity for us, a heavenly home with him forever. He's created two places for us, and he's gone there and walked that place, designed it with us in mind. Both places. And there's never been a place that you will be that God has not already been. Never. It's not going to happen. He's been there before you. He's prepared that place in advance, wherever that might be, for his children. There's never going to be a place that you will be that he hasn't gone before you and prepared that place in advance for you to be there. As long as you're in his will, as long as you're doing what he wants you to do, there's never going to be a place that he hasn't gone before you and been there before you. So there's never reason to fear. There's never reason to want. There's never reason to be anxious about anything, because God's been there first. He knows that you're going to be there. He knows He knows your plans he has for you. And he knows that he's been there first. He's prepared that place for you. And sometimes there might be pain and heartache, but he's been there before you anyways. It's okay. There's pain and growth. There's pain and things like that. But it's all right. God's been there first. He's going to see you through it, right? Because he cares for you that much. There's never reason to fear. Never reason to be anxious. And that's all part of the art of creation. It's all part of it. Such a beautiful design. From such a loving, masterful creator. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me through this, listening to me, and for subscribing to our channel, because we do this for God's glory first. We do this to teach and to draw people to Him, and just to highlight this amazing thing that He has done for us. And we don't always don't always talk about God and everything we do, obviously, but He is the reason, okay, that we do this. We couldn't do this without our faith in Him. This is all centered around our faith in Jesus, and our trust that everything He's created is for our benefit and for our good, and for us to be healthy and happy and have an abundant life and be free. You know, that's it. So thank you guys so much. I love you so much. If you have prayer requests, please leave them in the comments below. We'd love to pray for you, okay? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. God bless you and goodbye.